Hello YouTube family, Greg D here with TGN, and we are back for another video. And today I want to talk about the controversy, the biggest controversy in the sports world as of the last several days. And that is the controversy surrounding the NASCAR community here, whether it be the banning of the Confederate flags, but the big one being the supposed hate crime surrounding Bubba Wallace. Now, the whole thing kind of seems fishy in a way. Now, I'm not saying by any means that it didn't happen, because if it did happen, that is a hugely horrific thing to do to someone, to a fellow human being, and it is absolutely terrible. But something about it does seem a little fishy to me, just because you're talking about garages that have hundreds of thousands of dollars in cars, tools, equipment, and with that being said, there are obviously a ton of security measures in place. So there's no way that some outside fan or some crazy person could have like snuck in and done that. Now, if it did actually happen, it had to have been someone, whether it be a fellow driver, which is terrible to think about, but it could have been a fellow driver, it could have been a fellow member of a pit crew or his own pit crew, someone who works at the track who might have had access. But like I said, the whole thing just sounds fishy to me, and I don't want to call it an outright hoax, but it just seems fishy. Like I said, and I'm not saying by any means that it didn't happen, because like I said, if it did, that is freaking terrible. And I really hope that NASCAR can find a way to make this into a positive. Now, I can definitely see Bubba Wallace coming out of this whole mess as a sort of public figure for NASCAR, and maybe able to make the fan base a little bit more diverse. Maybe bring in some people who may not necessarily have watched NASCAR or even paid attention to NASCAR. And you never know, maybe in some sort of way this could motivate some new young people to want to be a NASCAR driver. Maybe they want to grow up and be like Bubba Wallace, you know? So this could definitely be a good thing for NASCAR if they're able to turn this into a positive thing. I definitely can see Bubba Wallace coming out as a public figure, or like this, the face of NASCAR coming out of this. Not that necessarily he's like the greatest driver out there, but he seems to be a very personable guy. He seems to be very likable. He's very well spoken. And I definitely, I mean, I like the guy. I mean, I have no ill will, and I really hope that this whole mess didn't happen to him, or that it wasn't, or that it was staged, because if it was staged, that's terrible. If it actually did happen, that's even more terrible, that we could be at a point where we're doing that sort of thing to a fellow human being. It has been great to see the whole kind of NASCAR, like the whole entire, like all the teams, all the drivers have been kind of rallying around to help bring NASCAR forward and bring this change about that we obviously need. But like I said, overall, something just seems fishy about this, and I hope that it is not some sort of hoax. I really do hope that it's not. It's like I said, just with the security and all the equipment, thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. There's no way that someone could have snuck in and done that. It's just mind-boggling to me that this is actually a thing that we're talking about. But I want to know what you guys think about the whole situation. Do you think it's a hoax? Do you think that someone who's possibly a psychopath actually did this kind of thing? And I really do hope that NASCAR is able, in a way, to turn this around and make this into a positive, because that'll be the biggest thing going forward from NASCAR's perspective, is whether they are able to turn this negative situation into a positive. And if they are able to turn this into a positive, then you'd have to imagine, like I said before, that this could only bring in new people to NASCAR. This could only raise the ratings. This may bring in new sponsors. This may bring in, like I said, a more diverse fan base, to where people who may not necessarily have watch NASCAR or even thought about watching NASCAR, maybe it brings them in, maybe they get hooked, and then the sky's the limit as far as all of that is concerned. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Is this a bad thing for NASCAR? Is it a good thing? I mean, obviously right now there's a lot of controversy around it. There's a lot of good publicity. There's some bad publicity. Can't say that word. But let me know overall what you think. And can NASCAR rally around this whole freaking situation? So that's all I got for you for today. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And until next time, guys, we'll see you.